You might even have all these figures by now.
This is the one I'm waiting on. Firefly. Does that act? Is it this like plug into a peg? It looks like there maybe.
That's what it looks like to me. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not as excited as you were. I mean, literally, I thought your money was actually falling out of your pocket right then.
Oh, it already came out of my pocket.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, we were kind of out on the HasLab because they didn't really do much more to the original for us to say, oh, I have to have it. And I think that's how you're feeling about these, because these pretty much feel like what we already have. So long, TFCon LA. Welcome back, BVC fans. As always, I'm Bobby the Bot.
And I am James the Con.
And we're back with the final installment of our TFCon experience. But before we get into that, we want to thank our sponsor, The Chosen Prime, where you can put pre-orders in for any of these figures that we will be talking about from the third-party panel. We also want to give a big shout out to our subscribers. Really appreciate you guys helping us along with this journey, and our members in particular as well. Thank you very much for all the support. And with that, let's go ahead and jump into this third-party panel.
Yeah, let's check it out. So we did film this live, so you might have already seen it, but we're going to give our thoughts on what was shown off. So why don't we just start it off? And first of all, let's talk about this kind of cool logo they had for TFCon LA with Cybertron in the background. That's pretty cool.
It took me a minute I was just like, why is this a paint smudge here? And then I saw it and I was like, oh, okay, got it now.
So first up is Make Toys with a very pixelated background, which is kind of crazy. But okay, stop talking about their business practices, which is Colorverse, which we already did reviews of these figures. You could find them on the channel. Here's drop one. Here you go. It's number 2. Do you have anything to say about these?
I hate the name of Tangerine Swarm. I just really hate that name. I think I like Paul better than Tangerine Swarm. Not much to say. Go check out our reviews. We kind of talked in depth about these.
Yeah, I'm just curious if they'll end up on Show Z, because supposedly it's limited to 200 pieces worldwide. I'm hesitant to say that because you could find some on Show Z to this day.
Yeah.
So now let's talk about Star Toys, which a lot of this I'm going to also preface. A lot of the beginning is old news that we've already talked about on this channel, like a month before TFCon.
Yes.
So we might be going through it kind of fast.
Yes, I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah. So we got Trax. Looks good. I think both of us like it. I'm just holding out for some fun repaints.
Yeah, this is bought already. So, and plus there's more updated photos of this as well, which we've probably covered on the channel as well. Yeah. So, but yeah, this looks really good. I'm in for it. Nice to see another updated version of Trax.
And then O1 Studio really didn't have much to show off. They've had Primus, and they've been showing this off for, I think, a year and a half. So, kind of like, okay, next.
Yeah, I have.
It looks good. Don't get me wrong. It looks great. And seeing it in person in the Chosen Prime's dealer room was cool, but, like, they could have at least shown new pictures of that black Unicron.
Yes. Because all this did was make my fingers sore again when I saw this. But, again, this was in my review on our hauls. So, I do like this figure, but it, for right now, is going to stay in planet mode. Maybe next year I'll transform it.
Somebody, I don't know if it was a comment or no, we talked to somebody at the con and they said that they have a New Year's ritual where they transform their Unicron back and forth. So maybe you have to start doing that with that figure.
Yeah. I'll probably skip a year.
So we've got, I don't know if it's Robot Toys or Hello Robot Toys, but they did.
I think it's just Robot Toys.
It's just robot toys, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So they did Caesar, and I don't remember the Megatron's name, but they again look good. But I feel like we've seen all these images before.
I don't remember. I mean, I wasn't gonna get this, but I didn't realize all the back kibble on that Megatron.
In bot mode?
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of normal for Megatron.
No. If you go back a little bit, and sorry to do this, but go back a little bit. I want to know.
This one?
Nope. Keep going. It's actually right there. It actually shows his back.
Oh, that one. That one. Okay.
That one right there. Yeah. It just. And I know it's kind of standard, but it just looks like a lot back there. It looks like it's.
It does. It does. Especially with the hip gun things.
Yeah. It's just. Yeah. It looks like a lot, especially on such a small figure. So. Yeah.
I mean, he always had the wings kind of coming off of him. At least the original toy did. So I'll give it a pass, but it still looks good. Both of them look good.
It does. And I know a lot of people in the comments have said they're picking them up. So interested to see what they get.
Yeah, please let us know when you do pick this up. Comment down on whatever video we're doing that week on how they turned out to be.
Yes.
Next is Magic Square. And again, we've already seen these. So Bobby likes them. I'm indifferent towards them.
I think they look good, but I do.
Oh, and they did have these pictures, which I think were new.
These were new. Yes. Yeah. And I mean, it looks like it jumped right off the cartoon. So I know you don't like that, but it looks really good.
Yeah, I mean, it looks good for what it is, and he's making snow angels. So.
Yeah. Crazy picture.
All right, let's get into New Age. Do you like this, Bobby? Now we're getting into some new territory.
Yeah, I was never really a big fan of Hoist. He's always weird looking to me. I have a couple in the MP size, but I will be passing on this one.
Yeah, so I like Hoist for his alt mode and his colors. I don't like how his legs start at the end of the truck. I've never liked that. I feel like he needs a crotch piece.
Yeah, it's just like it's like the big man. It's just like belly and legs.
Yeah, pretty much.
No crotch area, or at least you can't see.
So yeah, so I will be passing on this, but that should have been a given. But the alt mode's cool, and it looks like they're doing a warpath as well. Which, if they do the warpath in a cool color scheme, like I think it's a blue one for GoBots. I could be wrong. No, that's Shattered Glass is blue. Maybe I would need a Shattered Glass warpath in my life, but
I will probably pick up a repaint of warpath. It depends on how good it looks, but I probably would pick up.
And what it's packaged with.
Yeah, it could be. That would be interesting.
Yeah, so time will tell. But the deco on this Hoist does look really good on the side. I will give them props.
Almost looks good.
And that's it for New Age. They a lot of these companies were very sparse in what they showed off. Yeah, and we've got Metagate, and they're doing, I think it's Blue Boy.
And what is it, Shatter or?
No, it's Dropkick.
Dropkick, yeah. Yeah, I just knew you were going to be in on both of these. You disappointed me, James.
That's fine. They disappointed me with the price because it should. I mean, I don't know how complicated it is, but 120 I was in. Then it's like 150, 160, and I just don't love the characters that much in these iterations. Now, if some company made G1 style designs or, an amalgamation of G1 and movie or whatever, then I'd be completely in for 150, but I don't want the straight up movie designs.
Yeah, they lost me at the movie design, so. Yeah. But.
For that price. If the price was cheaper, I probably would have picked them up.
Yeah, not me. But I think we both got the white Bugatti. I can't remember the name.
Oh yeah.
From Metagate. That was probably as
not
close
my favorite figure.
Yeah, that if that's any idea of what these types of figures are, then I might be just pretty much out on Metagate as a whole.
Yeah. I did get their Beast Wars Pterosaur, and that's a very cool, fun figure, and it looks good. But these movie figures, they just don't do it for me. But I can see why somebody would instantly need this, because there hasn't been a good dropkick or shatter. So I understand it. Just not for me.
Yeah. I think you should still get it, though.
All right, I will. Why don't you give me your card details, and I will go ahead and put a deposit down for the full price.
My card just expired, so I'll give you that expired card.
Now let's move on to Iron Factory, which showed off this really cool Fallen, but again, nothing new.
Yeah, gosh,
but it looks cool.
I think we looked at that like 2 months ago or something like that. So, but it does.
We looked at it a lot longer than 2 months ago. Yeah,
it does. It does look really good.
Yeah. Sideswipe, which I think we looked at before even the Fallen,
mm-hmm.
And then Leo Kaiser, which these are newer pictures, but they're still about a month old.
Yeah, I'm waiting on him.
He looks good.
Yeah,
and I mean, the whole thing looks good. But we've talked about this to death, so
yeah, I'm waiting on him too.
You're waiting on DX9 Mini?
No.
No, come on. You need SUV dome in your life, don't you?
No, not at all. Again, Chrome Dome wasn't my favorite, or even close to my favorite of the Headmasters, Autobots, or Decepticons. He was kind of at the bottom of both lists. But this one didn't. The bot mode looks okay, but the alt mode is definitely suffering. Yeah, that just doesn't do it for me at all.
Yeah, I think I said this on just the past episode. I can see why somebody would pick this up if they're like you for Legends, and they want a representation of Chrome Dome in their Legends collection. Yeah. That's a little bit nicer than the ones that came out in the past. But I wouldn't get Chrome Dome in Legends just because, like you, he's not my favorite.
Yeah.
Character. The color scheme's unique. You don't get a lot of brown figures, but that's about it.
That's totally about it.
Yeah. So.
Maybe if they didn't call it Chrome Dome, I'd be like, oh, okay. You know, just
they don't call it Chrome Dome. It's like Michael Murphy.
I'm saying if it wasn't supposed to be Chrome Dome, if it was just like another random figure that was a Headmaster, I'd be like, okay, because my expectations wouldn't be that it's supposed to look like this.
Oh, I get what you're saying. For the alt mode.
Yes.
Yeah. So they also showed this picture off, which we talked about like 2-3 months ago. So old news. And then we got to Unique Toys. And they showed off, I know it's Dino. I don't know what the name they're calling it. And just like the Shatter and Dropkick, it looks great. I can see why somebody wants it. It's a character we don't have a really good representation of. But well, let me put it this way. I don't need it in my collection. Bobby still might want it for its alt mode.
No, as I already said, I just go get a car.
A model car, yeah, exactly. Yeah. But the alt mode is really cool. So
alt mode it cleans up really, really well. I don't know what it looks like underneath, but right there it looks really good.
Well, it still has to clean up pretty well. You don't really see anything sticking off the bottom.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, if you see the robot, if everything's just like tucked under, you know, when you lift it up and you see like head, legs, arms, all that.
And he's just like, he's doing some origami.
Yeah.
And these pictures go on forever. He's pretty big too, so he's definitely masterpiece scaled.
Yeah.
And then they also showed off Bobby's favorite twins. When can we expect to see these cool little buds in your collection?
You already said they're cool. You should get them.
No, they're cool because you like them. I'm just being nice to you.
No. I don't need you to be nice to me. That's me. We already know something's wrong. No, these are not going to do it. I did like the alt modes. The alt modes look pretty cool, but I do not like these guys.
Yeah.
I really don't like the heads. They look goofy as well, which again, it looks like the movie.
It looks like it's supposed to, yeah. But that's part of the problem.
Yeah.
For these characters in particular.
Yeah,
So,
they look goofy. I didn't like it in the movie.
yeah. They really want to sell you on these, Bobby.
Yeah,
Now
they
let's get
have
to
to.
King toys.
Oh,
And they showed off the Terra Howl. Which again, I like this. I might pick it up as a solo swoop. Because Swoop's my favorite, and it looks really cool. But again, we've seen these pictures before, so it's not like it's anything new. What were you gonna
and
say?
wasn't this the first one we saw from Kang Toys on the of these
No,
Dinobots? It was
we saw
always
the
Stegosaurus?
It was always the
Oh,
Stegosaurus, and then they
okay.
showed this very shortly after they showed the proto of the Stegosaurus.
Okay. Maybe that's what it was. I like the weapon. I'm in for the set. I like that it becomes two swords. Yeah, I'm in for it. Hopefully the transformation isn't as bad as Stegosaurus.
It doesn't look as bad, but you never know what's going
Yeah, it's
into that.
a fold here, twist here, slide down
Explode
here, flip here. But yeah, I'm still in for it.
Yeah, it's good. And there's this arm mode, which
A beefy arm.
it looks just like if you told me this was Dive Bomb, I'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah.
And it comes with a little spider hand, which I can always appreciate.
Yeah.
Now let's get into Mechanical Skull Studio, which has Bobby's favorite Starscream. And they showed off that they're going to be doing a Ramjet and or Skywarp, depending on what color scheme they go with. And that's pretty cool.
Comes with your favorite little mini con there.
Yeah. Now, if they do this in Ramjet, I might pick it up just because there's not a lot of Universe Ramjets out there. But yeah, that would be the only way. I don't think it's going to be Ramjet though. I think it's going to be Skywarp.
I love all the stuff that they're adding to it. The drone can be, configured on a couple of different places on them. Comes with some different hands, so that's really cool.
Yep.
I won't be getting this out either, but
again, if they come out with it in Ramjet colors, I might pick it up. If it's a reasonable price. I don't remember how expensive the Starscream was, but if it's like $25-$30, I might pick it up.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. I don't remember the price though.
I think Titan actually picked this up. So Titan, let us know what the Starscream cost.
Yeah, and let us know if you like the figure or not. I think he did though, because he said he was going to get the lasers, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah.
So.
Everybody said it was a good figure, from what I remember.
DA-sized action figure included. Oh, this is so they're going to be doing Thundercracker as well. That's what it was, and they're coming with a little guy, which, forgive my French, but I don't remember who that is. Oh, DA is Diaclone sized. Got it. Okay. Yeah, well, there you go. You can pick it up if you want it.
Yeah.
To Dreamstar Toys, which I know Bobby is so not excited for since you've already seen these pictures before.
I know.
You might even have all these figures by now.
This is the one I'm waiting on. Firefly.
You cannot tell these two apart in this picture. I'm still dying on that hill.
Just the nose cone on the back.
And the chest is different.
Yeah,
but
the one on the left is wider, and the one on the right is a little narrower. But yeah,
that's why I don't like them.
Yeah,
I don't like the deco's nice in alt mode though. It does look really slick.
Yeah, they look great in alt mode.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, X-Transbots. Here we go. I'm like, I don't even want to see that guy anymore. So next we've got Hotspot.
Yes.
Legend scale Hotspot. I have nothing to say. It looks fine. He looks really fat in this picture. Really wide.
Wide body bands. Yeah.
Go back.
I wasn't in on the minis or the legend size of this. I don't know if anybody has picked up any of these. I think I was wrong. I think somebody asked if this was the masterpiece size, and I thought it was initially when I just saw a picture of it because I didn't know they were doing a mini of this. But It is the mini, so you can kind of see what it looks like. I think it looks fine for what it is.
I don't like how blocky it is. Now that I'm looking at this more, it looks really bad.
I mean, Defender was
That
kind of
crotch
blocky.
piece just looks like a sensor bar.
It's very plain Jane.
Well, maybe that's why I don't like it. The G1 figure looks better if you ask me.
Nope, don't have it in here.
You probably didn't open it.
I did open it. Actually, I think I did a review on
I
it.
think you did a short. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then next we've got Ron, which I think a lot of people canceled their pre-orders for this after seeing something else in the stream. So why don't we just kind of briefly go past it? I know Bobby's in for it. I don't really like it.
Yeah, I'm picking it up. We have already we kind of talked about Ron as well when it first got released. I will be picking this up. I love all the accessories. That's something that somebody actually said that some people will pick up, similar to what they did with the Perceptor. They'll pick up the Perceptor from X Transbots, or they picked up the Perceptor from X Transbots because it had all the accessories, and they picked up the version from Fans Toys because of the look. And this one has a ton of
You're spoiling everything, aren't you?
Hey, I mean, we did.
It's old news at this point. I get it.
Yeah, we did live stream it, so you know.
I do like the Ghostbuster thing, so we could go with your Ecto one. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I love all the accessories, and a lot of this is from the cartoon, so all the different little weapons and stuff like that. The head was from the red head was from the Marvel comics, and again, we've just talked about this. Probably tag
all of these pictures. I
Yeah.
mean, there's more than what we talked about because I don't add every single picture, or we'd be there forever. But they also showed off Ratliff.
This has a lot of panel lines in there.
Yes, it does.
You just like flew all the way past it. Slow down.
I thought there was going to be a bot picture. That's why I was looking for a front-facing bot picture.
You flew past that one too. There's just a lot of breakup in the alt mode of the panels and things. There's a lot of lines in there, which it just doesn't look as clean of an alt mode as we're used to seeing from X Transbots. I think personally, you were out anyway.
The alt mode looks fine, but it, like you said, it looks like somebody panel lined it with a Gundam marker.
Yeah, it's a lot there. You can tell it's going to be like a whole bunch of clip in here or tab, things that tab in. So, and then I don't really like the two lines in the front of the vehicle. That's like
the thick lines. Those are really noticeable.
Yeah,
it could be the lighting because it looks like the light is hitting directly on the grill. So it might be the lighting. I will give him this. I do love the wheels. I like the chrome.
Yeah.
Hubcaps or whatever they're called, rims. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
And all they showed off was his back.
Yeah. Yeah. I like the little sled thing though. I hated that as a kid, but it looks cool.
Yeah. Well, it makes more sense when you can make a fully formed robot.
Yeah.
So next is Fans Toys, which I know Bobby was excited for, and they showed off their Ultra Magnus. Marg. I think they need new people to name these toys. We got Ron, Ratcliffe, and Marg. It's kind of crazy. So what do you think of Ultra Magnus?
I love the way it looks most of the time. There's a lot of things that I'm curious about. I love the articulation. It definitely seems like he has a lot of options for posability. The size looks right, kind of teasing some Optimus Prime there a little bit. I think the colors look great on it. Does that axe? Is it this like plug into a peg? It looks like there maybe.
That's what it looks like to me. Yeah.
Yeah. I like the colors of this inner robot as well. I like the teal accents. It looks good to me. Bot mode looks great. There's a couple things I don't like about the alt mode in particular, but we can get to that. What do you think about the
In a
bot?
little bit. Yeah, so for me, I love this. This is the first Fans Toys where I'm like, okay, I might get it, but it again makes sense because I just want the inner robot, and that's a repaint, and I'm drawn to repaints. So I really like this inner robot. I don't really like the red backpack, but I get it. And I think the combined mode looks really good too. So it really depends on the price. 300 and below, I'll be happy. But if it's like $350, $400, I'm completely out. Because this looks good, if you ask me, for an Ultra Magnus. It will never see the light of day in this mode in my collection. But it looks good.
Yeah.
And this is the alt mode. I have a few gripes with this too. I do not like the red bumper. I hope it comes with a replaceable chrome bumper for that to have a more toy accurate look. I understand why, but I never understood why they gave him a red bumper. That has to be an animation error. Because there's no reason for him to have any truck to have a red bumper.
True.
And I'm gonna say it does look kind of lazy with the trailer part.
The stands for the trailer, the front part that keeps it from leaning over, the blue part that's touching the ground in the front, that looks really lazy.
Yeah.
At least from this angle, I'm used to seeing like little, I don't want to call them
struts.
Come out, and this just looks like there's some transforming parts that they just happen to double as we're going to use these here. So I don't like that aspect of it.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. And I don't like how you could like see some of the bot mode at like the hips. I think those are right underneath there and stuff.
Yeah.
It's not the worst thing in the world, but I wish I could just buy the cab.
Well, yeah, you definitely would just want the cab if you could. Yeah,
I do like all these faces, and I might have it in combined mode to have that half Prime, half Magnus face, because that is so what Ultra Magnus is to me. I know it's not for you, but to me that is so it exemplifies who the character is. He would fight and die for Prime, his brother, even if it means destroying the armor he loves so much.
Yeah, all that doesn't strike a chord with me. I'm just used to him having a regular helmet, and that made him Ultra Magnus, not the armor making him Ultra Magnus. So I'm okay with whatever. I do wonder though, since the chest panel is opened up like that, does that pop in and out where we can see like the inner robot as well, like he's battle damaged? I wonder how that
would be cool.
I wonder how that works.
So there's some things they could do with this. So if it's a good price, I'll pick it up. Maybe I'll just buy the core bot off of you, and you can keep the trailer. That works for me.
I bet it would. I would.
You don't care about the inner robot, anyways.
I would appreciate the donation that of you giving me money for nothing.
Well, right here it shows that you can see the inner robot because that's the chest with the matrix.
Yeah.
So
that matrix looks really, really small.
But it also makes sense because he's a guy in armor, so the little guy is inside.
Yeah, it still looks small.
Yeah, well, it's not as small as Hasbro's.
That's what it made me think of.
Again, it's fine. This is good, but then they showed off their scavenger. I got him right? Okay, yeah. I don't like this purple at all.
It looks more like a lavender. Or like a pinkish purple. Yeah.
I don't know the right color, but yeah. I don't like it at all.
Here you go. It looks like this.
Okay, maybe not that pink, but yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of I don't know. Maybe they'll darken it up a little bit. I don't know. Other than that, though, It looks like Scavenger. I love the gun. The gun looks just like the toy. The fingers look good. Scrapper looks good. I like the colors on his chest. I really like the arm. I don't like the fake treads. That looks kind of.
Looks cheap.
It looks
even
very
if that's what the tune looked like. I would want actual looking treads there.
Yeah, but I think you'll probably show it. But I like what you can do with the scoop on it.
It's in here somewhere.
Yeah, but I mean, they look good together.
They do. Right here. There you go. So you could have different options on how you want the scoop to be.
Yeah, I like that, especially for me putting them in my cases. It's great to have stuff tucked in as much as possible, just in case you're next to another combiner, and I don't have to worry about it, getting caught or anything like that. So I do like that aspect of it. The hand looks really good. The colors look really good on the arm. I like this. So
you're okay with the purple here?
Yeah, I think I'm okay because it's not as much purple. Like when he's in pop mode, I mean, you just see all that leg.
Okay,
here you see the green, the black, and everything. It breaks it up a little bit, so your eyes aren't focused on the purple.
Makes sense. I will give it to them with their hand articulation. I like that they did like the meat of the thumb. That looks really cool, and you could probably get some really good poses out of that.
Yeah.
And then they showed off their warhorse to go against X-Transbots. And I think everybody's canceling their pre-orders of the X-Transbots one because this one's going to be way better in almost every way. Maybe not with accessories.
Yeah. This was funny because I literally looked at it as X-Transbot did a drop, and then they came back and was just like, pull out those renders that we had done a year ago.
I don't think these are renders. I think this is a prototype.
It could be. I mean, it probably is, but it's just, how long do you think they've been sitting on this?
Yeah, and now that they have to do it because X-Transbots, they have to go against them.
Yeah. My only problem is they've shown figures at the panel and we still haven't got them yet. So who knows when these will come out. I think hopefully they'll be out by the next leap year.
Hopefully. It looks fine. I think it looks better than X-Transbots, especially in alt mode. It doesn't have all those crazy panel lines.
Yeah,
again, Ironhide's not my favorite. So
these panel lines are just up and down or left and right. They're not looking like a jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah, so it looks good though.
Yeah,
I do like that the doors open up. Let's look at that for a second. I think that's a really cool feature.
I like when doors open up and you can actually see something inside. Like, I don't like when the doors open up and you literally don't see
a hand.
You see a hand, or you see a folded leg or something like that. I like that feature, but if it's nothing in there to see, then it doesn't. I think it almost hurts the figure.
Yeah, they're obviously doing Ratchet which they're naming Doc, and again, looks fine. Nothing much for me to say. What about you?
Well, on both of these, I like how they didn't break up the chest like they did on the X-Transbot versions. There's the chest on these is just like a solid square. On those, it looked like there was a partition in between. So I like that aspect of it. I do want to see these in color to see how the waist and stuff looks on these, but I also like how they gave them different crotch plates. There's you can definitely see some differentiators there. It's not just the head scope and the color that makes these two different. So
Yeah, I think that's really cool as well, especially since the rest of him is just blocks like a
Hmm.
Lego. So
Hmm.
having that one piece different really does make a good change. And there's all the heads; they look fine.
That top head, now that I've kind of looks like animated.
And I know that's the one you're going to use.
That's the one.
Um, and then they also show that it could turn into a sled, which I think is on his back.
Yes, that's the part I don't like. That it looks like it's part of his back because on the bot pictures you can actually see the treads sticking up from his shoulders.
Yeah.
And I'm
I
not.
actually think that's really cool because you can have him as an all-in-one figure, unlike X-Trans bots. Or if you want it, you could take off his back and have that, which wouldn't take away that much from the figure itself. So I think that's a better design, personally.
I want to see how it works because if it
True.
if it kind of starts to, I don't know, mess with the transformation a little bit, then I wouldn't like it. Like if you have to pop this off to transform it and then pop it back on, I'm like, I'd rather have had a clean back.
I agree. Yeah. So if it doesn't affect transformation, that's great. If it does, then I can see where that would be issues. That's a good point.
And then what do you do with all the stuff that's on it? Like
Well, I mean, to me, it's still better than having a hunk of plastic like X-Trans bots just hanging around,
yeah.
not doing anything. So let's get into Mastermind Creations, and they showed off the exclusives, which we did a review on, so go watch it if you're interested. They're great little figures. And then they showed off their Perfection series and their arm flap hotspot, which looks fine. I think these aren't anything new. I know this is your favorite Protectobot, so I guess you're very excited to get him.
I'll be happy to get him. Definitely not my favorite, but this is your favorite actually. But he definitely has some arm padding. It's
Yeah,
like
no, he is my favorite, and I don't like this. It is cool that they gave him this mode, even though it's just him doing the splits and attaching some guns.
Yeah, but I think again, the heads. I'm not a big fan of all these variety of heads. I like when they give us varieties of heads and faces, but these didn't necessarily wow me.
Yeah, I have to agree. I also don't like how wide they're making every defensor, like he's like a brick.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what he looked like in the cartoon. I don't know, but I don't like it, so I wouldn't be picking this up.
Yeah, I'm just ready for them to release some more. I mean, they kind of came out with the first two pretty fast, and they're great looking. So it's been a delay since we've had one. So
Yeah, so it was cool how they had this like little collar that you could pop up. I like that to go with the toys. And then they also showed off the Devastator, which again, we already talked about the actual versions of these, and we actually saw them before we saw this, so this wasn't like a big reveal. I do not like the little toe Mixmaster has.
I don't either.
Again, could be animation accurate, but I don't like that.
I don't remember it, and again, I probably wasn't looking at his toe, but I also then wonder if it's not animation accurate, is it for stability?
Which would suck.
Yeah.
So you called Lockdown Buck Teeth. I think this one's name should be Buck Teeth with that thing sticking out. Scrapper again looks good.
Scrapper looks really good too. I actually
don't like the back of the alt mode though, where you can see the hinges of his knees.
That was my problem with Scavenger for Fans Toys. You can actually, if you
can see it, okay,
in the back, it's just like open, and I really we didn't actually talk about that, but I didn't like that aspect.
I didn't notice it. I didn't notice it on that one, maybe because it was in black and white or grayscale, whatever you want to call it. But since this one's in color, I really zeroed in on that with this one.
Yeah, there's a kind of an opening in the back. I didn't really. It's not clean at all, and usually Fans Toys doesn't do that. I expected it with some of the others, but that was a surprise for me there. I really like how this I don't know what it's called, but the top part that I guess would be the top of the vehicle, how it tucks away on his
Yeah,
back. I really like the way that looks. It looks really clean.
it does look pretty cool, and he looks really awkward in that front-facing picture. I don't know. It looks
I'm
awkward to me in that pose. Maybe it's probably the pose, but it looks awkward to me.
It's probably the pose, but usually with pose when they pose like this, it's because there's not really a lot of articulation.
Yeah.
And so I do wonder about that. But it's also somewhat expected because he is a leg, and you probably have to keep those, you know, the strong parts kind of locked in or toned in so it can hold up the figure, especially if it's all in one.
Well, you give them too much credit. I expect the whole package, or they're not getting my money. So it looks fine. I wouldn't go selling all my Devastators for this.
No, this is my least favorite one in combined mode. Here, I think that's kind of lazy the way it looks. The way the arms look on Scavenger, but he is very, very heavy up top.
Yeah, he's very bulky. It's Devastator's never been my favorite combiner, and this one is not my favorite. But the purple looks better than the Fans Toys one.
Yeah, it is a deeper, rich purple.
Yeah,
and even the treads on Scrapper are a little.
Yeah, but they still look. They still might be fake. I don't know.
Yeah,
they look squat here. They look like. Yeah. And the other ones look proportional, and then these ones are like pills or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it looks like they slide in because looking at Bone Crusher, it looks like they extend out and slide in. So, yeah. Okay.
But then they showed this off, which I am ecstatic for. I almost fainted and had a seizure on the floor. This is what I'm looking for. Fun repaints. These will be convention exclusive at a future convention, so who knows which one it is. Hopefully it is TFCon, so we could get our hands on them. But Roll Bar is exactly what I want. Screw Devastator. This is everything to me. So I hope the tank, I can't remember the name of the tank, comes in both blue and tan, because the blue one is the US version and that's the one I had. But I'll take the tan one gladly.
Well, I have the G2 version of this set and I like it, so I will be picking this up as well. And I'm not as excited as you were. I mean, literally, I thought your money was actually falling out of your pocket right then.
Oh, it already came out of my pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I am surprised. So somebody had a side-by-side of this and Swindle, and I'm surprised at how much it's different. The whole chest is different. Some of the car mode is different, or Jeep mode is different. So I'm surprised about that, but I think this looks really good.
I love when they do that, because then you can actually really, you really feel like you're getting something new with the figure.
And there's the back again, looks great. And then they showed off the leg mode, so they will not be doing the all-in-one. I mean, it is still all-in-one, but they are putting the extra pieces, which is kind of needed, so you can have those gold accents that Ruination really needs.
Yes, and I'm okay with that as well.
Yeah, and I love the color change. That was not just green; it has a little bit of everything. So, I am excited. And then Fans Hobby, I think they ended on Fans Hobby. You got the exclusive. Go watch our review on it. Great figure. Anything else to say about it? I know this is your favorite mode of them.
Oh God, I'm actually, I just put him in the case today. So
there you go.
And
there's the whole Fans Hobby lineup.
Yeah, shout out to Get Right Robot. Did a great job once again.
I'm only missing one of them. I might have to just get it.
Willblade?
The one that, that's the one that you always see. I didn't know that was the only one I was missing. Here's the Saber team, which they showed off physical copies of. They look okay.
And they're color test shots, so they could look better. They're going to probably look better, of course.
Yeah. Well, of course, but, doesn't make me jump up for joy like that Roll Bar. And then they showed off the blaster team, which I don't think we've seen yet. So
No,
that's
this
cool
was
that they
new.
revealed it,
This was
right?
new.
Yeah. They look good too. I remember having these as a kid, but none of their mini cons are amazing. Their spark plug is okay. Their leader one is fine, and those are the only two mini cons I think came out with. They're not like awesome. And these are kind of the same way.
I I don't have the excitement that you do about the mini cons. I still have my mini cons from the original ones.
I do
I
too.
have this set, and I never really loved them that much then, but I think this is actually to talk about the HasLab a little bit. We were kind of out on the HasLab because they didn't really do much more to the original for us to say, oh, I have to have it. And I think that's how you're feeling about these, because these pretty much
Exactly. Yeah.
feel like what we already have. And if the price point is something crazy, I would be out on them as well, because they're not much different than what we already have.
Exactly. I mean, I think they even use 5mm pegs, which is normal. I guess they fit in the fans' hobby figures hands better, but like it doesn't even look like the shuttle and the space. What's that called?
Satellite.
Satellite have elbow bends in their right arm.
Yeah.
So it's like I'll just stick with the original, and that's a great comparison. I didn't even think about it. It's the same thing with the HasLab. It looks fine, but if they come out with shattered glass versions, though, I probably would pick them up because I got the shattered glass prime.
And they did come out with another one, the with Overload.
Skyboom Shield.
No, I'm saying another mini con that came with Overload, even though.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. That one did look better than the rest.
And I don't really care for that one. So I'm kind of with you on this. And I don't think these are going to cost $30, but I'm thinking maybe 40, 50. I would probably.
That'd be acceptable.
Still get them if they're like $75.
I'd probably wait for a repaint, because we know they like their repaints. Not even taking TFCon out of the situation.
Oh yeah.
We know Fans Hobby loves their repaints, and I'd rather have something new and unique.
Yeah, I'll have to see. I'll literally have to see it again. If they're like $70, I'll probably wait. 40, 50, I'll probably be in.
Yeah, I would probably say that. I still think $10 each is a fair price.
That would be great for third party.
Yeah, I mean, you get Legends figures that are just a little bit more. So it also looks pretty awkward in their hands.
Yeah, it's just.
Yeah,
I don't love it, and I never really loved them this way.
Me too. And there's the Skyboom Shield as well, so you can get all of them. That Skyboom Shield is going to be ridiculously expensive because of that big chunk of plastic that comes with it.
I love that part about it. I love that it.
I know you like it, but that's going to double the price.
I hope not, but I do love that part about it. I love that, because I always hated that when I have it, the original, and it just, when it pegged all together, it just looked kind of sloppy. But seeing it look really clean and animated accurate, I really like that.
Look at you liking Armada.
No. I did watch Armada. It wasn't the worst, but.
And then here's the Black Naval Commander, which doesn't look bad, but it doesn't strike my fancy either.
So if they said they were going to limit this to 600, did you get it?
If they were going to limit it to 600, I'd probably still pass, but I'd be more inclined to pick it up. It's just the wrong colors for Armada Nemesis Prime to me, because I liked the US colors. Because that's what I had as a kid. So it's the wrong colors to me. And I also don't like the spark plug that comes with it. Why didn't they make them blue or red or something different? Every one of the Armada Primes, the spark plug is a different color. Except maybe the one you have. What color is the spark plug on the one you have? Gold, right?
Yes. Yes.
So it's still different, you know. On the Nemesis, it's gold as well, and then on the original one, it's yellow. So they're all different and they stand out. This one, it's just white. I mean, excuse me, black, and yeah,
I do like those red
that's
windows.
right there. There you go. There he is. So it doesn't do it for me.
I do like those red windows. It does look very diabolical.
The red windows look great, and the red missiles look even better.
Yeah.
I just wish it was the colors I want.
Yeah, I'm still not a fan, and I'm happy you like it. I'm still not a fan of this version of Prime.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, I like it in the shattered glass colors. I think it's a fun figure. It's fun to play with. I like to transform it back and forth. It's pretty easy because it's a fan's hobby figure. And for shattered glass, it works perfectly because it doesn't need to look like Prime. But yeah, this Nemesis deco just isn't doing it for me.
And you did combine it. You did combine it all to see what that.
I combined it before
Okay.
we even recorded the live. I just decided to do it in individual bot mode.
I already knew you were gonna do that since that's what you've always been wanting anyway. But
I actually like it combined. I like the color scheme for the Nemesis one a lot better than this one. So
yeah, I have to. I haven't even transformed my shattered glass version yet, so I probably have to do that. But
yeah.
I don't know, for some reason, like just today looking at this, for some reason something kind of kicked me that said I should probably get this.
Well, you might as well get the original colors while you're at it too.
No,
but this just I don't like this. Sorry. They should have made it red with black windows or something.
I like this. I think the colors look great on this. I like this, the silver, on the back of for the engine. Vents. I just not the trunk vents. Or actually, that is the engine is back there. But I like the way that looks. The colors.
It looks really nice.
The colors.
I just don't like, if you look here, it doesn't stand out. And I like my mini cons to stand out and be a different color, especially with the Prime, because that's kind of iconic with Armada Prime. Yeah. To me.
Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, and I don't like the way the bot mode looks. I mean, I shouldn't. It just looks like something that, you know, transforms, but it doesn't look great.
I agree. I agree. Yeah. And then your favorite mode, the playset mode.
Yeah.
Which, you know, was not the worst on this figure. I transformed it into it because, you know, if you follow the instructions, it goes into this mode and then the combined mode. And I was like, let me just do it for fun. And it's not horrible. It's passable.
It's a thing.
You know, it's a thing, and I could see why somebody would like it. At least they added some ramps and stuff, so it's not bad.
It's a thing.
But this annoyed me. Because all we got was this picture. Test shots in progress, actions on deck, and that's it.
I was expecting more.
Me too.
I honestly thought we were going to get some more pictures of this combined and, you know, what we're getting. I don't want to see coming soon.
Yeah, and I think I'm going to be skipping on the first colors. If you look at MB21, it's going to be in anime colors.
Oh.
There's no green. And that I only want the green one. I've decided I have no connection to the anime. So
you said you were going to get them in all the colors.
I was going to, but I was like, well, if they do Energon and the green one, that's already two of them. I don't have any connection to Tsunami. So,
and then you said you were going to name them Tsunami, so there you have to get
I was thinking I'll just call the Energon one Tsunami.
No, you got to get all three. You put it out there. You put it in the universe that you were.
I put a lot of things in the atmosphere, and I don't like to smell half of them. So that doesn't mean that I have to get this. And that's everything. Exactly. You don't need to smell all your gun smoke. So let's just do a quick wrap up. What did you think of this third-party panel?
I wasn't really impressed. I felt that either this is going to be the future of the third-party panels, because we're getting so many leaks, or if we want to call them leaks, we're getting so much information prior to a con that the third party, for me, isn't as exciting. I think doing this channel and finding out about all this information is great. I love bringing it to our subscribers and members and stuff, but it makes it that when we go to these cons, I'm not surprised at what we're seeing now.
Yes, I feel the same way, but I don't think it's because we're doing this channel. I just think that they're not putting out as much. They're not saving their news for these things.
That's what I meant with the leaks. Like we're seeing all these.
Well,
leaks.
And I don't even think they're leaks.
I don't either.
With this, Hasbro's a different story. But with these aren't leaks. These are the companies trying to get hype for their products, and I think because they are most of them are Chinese-based companies, so they don't care about TFCon as much.
That's true.
Which makes sense.
Very true.
And there were a few things that caught me by surprise, and they're by the people that have been in this game the longest, which is MMC. Maybe not the longest, but one of the longest. So they still value that. Fans Hobby don't care about you. I mean, not Fans Hobby, Fans Toys. Fans Toys does not care about their consumer. So that's why they don't care if they're just putting out this stuff. I think the only reason we got anything new from them was to combat X-Trans bots.
Yeah. I think we would have probably just been on the Devastator road trip, and then, they saw X-Trans bots, and they were like, "Hold my Energon."
Yeah. They were like, we need to do something. But yeah, no, it was pretty lackluster to me. We didn't see Armada Starscream for Fans Hobby. We didn't see Tidal Wave like we just talked about. What else didn't we see? I remember, I can't think of it now because it's kind of late and my head doesn't work. But I remember talking afterwards and we were like, we didn't see this, we didn't see that, we didn't see this one. There was no bingo toys. There was no big Firebird, So they didn't even show off that Bumblebee from Little Bee or whatever. So
the red one.
Yeah. So it seems like these third-party panels are getting less and less and less every time.
Yeah, it was very uneventful. I think the one in Orlando, everybody was really excited. I think there was a lot of stuff that we didn't see, or that was like, you can hear it.
And that could be it as well, because this is right after Chinese New Year.
That's possible. That makes sense.
So they might not have had their stuff ready.
And some of the pictures that we saw, of course, the pictures that were shown were old pictures that we had up to that point. We had newer pictures on. So I think even with that, they probably sent these pictures in, a month in advance or whatever. So TFCon could be ready for this panel. They probably were like, hey, we need these photos or whatever. And there's been so much more that's come out. But as you said, probably Chinese New Year time frame, making sure everything was up to talk about. So who knows?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I mean, it was still fun. I'm just hoping for more in Baltimore and Toronto. We'll see.
I'm hoping for more releases. Meaning, I'm tired of seeing figures get shown and we're waiting years for them to come out.
Yeah, I remember people speculating they wanted to see Fans Toys Blitzwing in this slideshow, but they didn't show them off.
Yes, people were talking about, are we going to see Dead End from the Stunticons? And it's like, I don't want to see them anymore. I want to see that you're releasing them. I want to hear that it's coming in April, or something like that, or coming third quarter, or something like that. that would get me hype, actually.
Yeah.
If they showed that, or show us a release calendar, even if it moves a little bit, but show us something that is not going to take 5 years to come out, if that.
Well, I mean, some of these companies it definitely will. So, looking at you, Fans Toys. So, well, that's everything. Let us know what you thought of this panel, if you watched it live as well, and we will see you guys very, very soon.
Yes, definitely. And this again wraps up our TFCon follow-up. I know we put out a lot of videos. We had a few lives and stuff like that, which we really appreciate everyone joining us this past Saturday for the live. That was really fun. But speaking of live, we will be on live with Patriot Prime on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific
Standard Time,
and 10 o'clock Eastern Time. So it's going to be a late night for me, but really excited that we got the invite to do the show. So check us out. And James, what else you got for
them? Do all that YouTube stuff, and we'll see you guys tomorrow with the news.
Yeah, sounds good. As always, to all debates are won. So long, TFCon LA.